Hello, 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 and welcome to Psi Divine. I hope all is well with you and yours. So, I'm feeling a late night message. Not sure which direction. I'm feeling a little bit of everything, to be fair. But we'll start with world news and see what information is here that we need to consider, be aware of, all that jazz. I did date this one day ahead to see if we can push the information a little bit further above and beyond, but what I'm hearing right now is the goal of them. The goals of them. Okay. I'm going to stop there. Okay. If you're new to the channel, I do wave in between quiet points, so if you want to speed through my video a little bit, you can. You can remember that for the future. So I do hear Beastie Boys, you gotta fight for your right to party. However, something not good about that partying. I hear encouraged failure. I don't know who Skip Bayless is. Bayless. I don't know why that came to me. I didn't write it all out, but anyways, I get the energy of something new being written, new laws, mandates, writing something out for the people, a declaration, signing, oath, promise. There's going to be a press full briefing on it. Full briefing, explanation, as it is so. That's what I hear. A full explanation as it is done. So some type of declaration, and a event where new promises or plans are being delegated. This person's going to do this, they're responsible for that, It's, yeah, sounds like it's good. Sounds like a good thing, except it's really just creating people to blame. There's someone publicly, I do feel like I'm talking about world and government stuff, but there's someone who's on the very edge of saying some real, that real, it's going to be televised. They're so close to saying it, they don't need to say it. But it should be said. And the fact that it isn't being said yet, it's very clear, is a thing. But there's definitely something being written, signed, new orders. I get the word White House, skip press. There's going to be, okay. You're going to see a little bit of a snapback from the media towards the ones in charge. It's going to be a poke and prod symphony. And it's small-minded energy that ultimately creates higher visibility for the questionable things going on. It starts with the sacrifice of one, and then it becomes a shark festival. What's a Sharknado? I don't know why tacos is very heavy in my head right now. Shark tacos. There may be some news about food. Maybe hearing more news about food shortages. Let's pull some letters and see what's coming up. I'll give it 10 days. What's going on that will be getting placed at our feet, that we need to be aware of beforehand. Okay. I fell out of the bag. Nope. Okay, putting it on the bag. Keep shuffling until it's clear. Okay. Now, if you are new to the channel, I do consider my messages done when all the letters match or fit somewhere. Maybe one or two's left out, depending on what is being asked. And right now, it's like messages for the world around us, things that we need to be most aware of, collectively speaking. Okay, so I'm just going right now with with the letters that catch my attention. Now I hear Sting. No, it's the police. The song is SOS. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. So that's the thing right now. Love and grow. Love will give growth at a time like this. But this is not the entire message. Now, you're welcome to always, if you see words I've missed, things that stand out to you, those could be direct messages for you to have for yourself. Other times, you're just really good at Scrabble. So don't always put too much into it. But let's see what else we get here. Okay. Okay. Just now, though it's not here, I saw Forex, Forex. There may be some more news coming over the next 10 days. Oh, that could have been stock market waving things, huh? Yeah. There may be some dip event, strong, powerful dip event. And the people in charge may skip talking to the press when that happens. They don't want to talk about it because it's got a definite direction. So I did say 10 days. There's going to be a major dip. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. So in 10 days, there could be a startling dip. Um, uh, I don't generally do reads on animals, but that is probably not the message at all. Again, I'm just putting letters together as I see them, and we'll go from there. Okay. Nope. I'm trying not to put a bad message here. Mm. Okay, I'm not no sure even where to go with this. I'm sorry. um, this feels there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, but the emotions of it. I don't like this. I don't like this. Mm. If you understand the word flog, well, I do. It's to hit, it's to beat, it's to punish, it's to spank. Flog also is something that was done by certain religious people. I don't know if that still happens. Maybe it does. Or they would hit themselves to restrain them, the primal urges. We will not discuss why I know data like that. Let's move on and see what's going on in the world. Uh, hmm. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the right deck, but let's see. Okay, so, oh, all right. So there's going to be wars, and rumors of wars, and all that stuff, right? Talk about wars. It sounds like war. It is not. It is not. This was a part of the plan. So when you're listening to that data, understand that it is fulfillment of an agreement that was already in place some time back. Okay, so there was already a plan in place to acquire more of the view, more of the land. Hmm. There was already going to be something here. This is fulfilling a promise. It keeps wanting to show me golf. Or is that a hole in, oh, a hole in one? Mm. Mm. So in order to have a battle, some need to have chaos. So I don't really understand all the need for all that. But there it is. So there needs to be a visual representation of what is, in case you were skimming ahead, there needs to be visual representation of battle, control, visual representation of control, things need to look scary. Things need to look like it was cool yesterday, but today it's not. In hopes that you forgot, collectively speaking. They are hoping that they've distracted you just enough that you don't listen. 10 days. So, old lessons of the past, current situation, hoping that you see the inch that you're given as a mile and completely ignore the 100 miles of questioning over there. Over 10 days, certain people up top are going to look like heroes or want to be applauded or celebrated as heroic for assisting with freedoms that will be coming through. As people are becoming more aggressive about the situation, or as it's taking its as the okay, what's a nice way to say it? Okay, you know, like you see like those domino setups, and you press one of those dominoes, and then they all start falling in a neat pattern. Okay, well the pattern has made its way. The domino pattern has made its way up to some of those people who were comfortable with your suffering a year and some change ago. So it's starting to impact the comfort of the others, the current situation. And there's obviously still interest in the medicine aspect of things, right? But that's taking a bit of a back seat as some of the ugly stuff comes forward. "10 days, it is collectively being discussed by those up top as a waste of time. Not a scam, but a waste of time. And they seem to anticipate success with that, or at least the speeches. And yet, they should still be deemed as fishy. The right questions are still not being asked. There's still a desire to continue things that don't make sense. So the programming is old. The games are old, and it's difficult to apply them in the middle of a situation like one we're going through right now, right? With the sticky. And so there needs to be a new experience overlaid. It's like if I picture a cake right now, making, you're making a birthday cake for your friend, right? And you make a little carrot cake, right? And then you put the icing on it, but then you happen to be watching a YouTube video and you find out that carrot icing doesn't actually go on top of a carrot cake. But it's too late because you made carrot flavored icing. Well, now it's goofy. But now you got to kind of like save the day. So maybe you actually acquire some regular icing to go on top of it. Something nice, vanilla, a little coconutty, I don't know. But you get something that's better and more appropriate than carrot flavored icing. It's weird, okay? And so you now have to cover up this situation with your cake, and so you put some nice icing on top and hope that everybody enjoys the chunky texture beneath that delicious icing on top, right? Because you can't just scrape off the carrot cake icing. You probably damage the cake, right? So don't do that. So what's going to happen here is there's going to be a layering. A layering. Like, don't focus on this. Focus on this. Don't, no, the dirty deeds. No, we're not going to talk about that. Just focus on this. Just focus on this programming right here. See that zeros and ones? We're not going to talk about the other stuff. Just look right here. See that? Do you see what? Yeah, okay. No, don't look at all this other stuff right here. And so that will be the layering impressed upon us, collectively speaking. Things that started will stop just as fast as they like what? So yesterday it was okay, then it became not okay, then it became horrific if you thought about it the wrong way. Now it's like meh, and then now it's like forget about it. What? Lots and lots of questions, but the truth is there's reason for release, right? It's a time-sensitive issue. And that's because there's a problem going on that nobody's talking about. The one we were just talking about earlier. The WARS word, yeah. So there's going to be a little bit of rumble. Clarify. Something that affects everyone. There will be lots of conversation about it. And yet, and still, well, I don't want to be so pessimistic, but the right questions are being asked way too slowly. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And it's not even at a point where questions should be being asked. It should already be seen what is and what isn't. What's trustworthy and what isn't. People, what we will be seeing is another opportunity to watch humans being used as tools for events that require better explanation. And as long as all the angels are still walking around lost, no explanation need be given. Movement is simply expected and done. We experience another period where we witness more humans being treated like furniture. Where people are being encouraged to just get back out there like nothing ever happened. Yeah, okay, we were controlling. That was a great experiment. Now get back out there and go pew 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 at each other. So we get another opportunity to demand gravity and logic over situations that we know historically have limited fixes. Ultimately, they don't stop fighting, and they will always keep fighting as long as everyone's participating. Nothing changes until the bigger group is bigger than the smaller group. So there's going to be some type of fall apart. Clarify the meltdown. Let's clarify. Okay. There is going to be an event. And I was asking about 10 days. There is going to be an event, a show of force. Military speaking. The problem is, wow, it ain't gonna last long. Because some motherfuckers ain't gonna realize how unable they are. I hate to say this, wow. So there's going to be a group of people, okay, 2 groups of people, probably 3 groups of people, and they fighting over something, right? And so everybody think they showing up to the situation with, ready for action. Problem is, it's like 100% of functionability on one side and 10% on the other. And so it makes fighting not a logical thing. I would equate what I'm sensing to going to a gangbanger fight. And they got guns, they got knives, and you brought nunchucks. You brought water, you brought something to drink. Brought some good porn movies. Brought some good looking sturdy vehicles, but definitely not enough to get down with the get down. And so the imbalance will be very visible. And so someone gets what they want. As I said earlier, this is a part of fulfilling something that was already in progress. It's like trying to think of a better word. Fulfilling an agreement. Oh. There's going to be a lot of masculine energy that's going to be on display because guys like to fight. Sometimes y'all do. And it is talk about it coming soon. And there's 3 because it could have been 3. There's a show of force, and it gives other people opportunities to tuck tail between legs, respect somebody's authority. Wow. Big dick energy on display over the next 10 days. Weird. The motherland. I just heard the motherland, surrounding. Okay. The motherland. Someone has. Oh, okay. Whether it's heard or not, maybe one of you guys are going to hear this, or you're going to hear the pretext of it. Someone, a large country, taking over the motherland. Moving in on. So, some country has plans, actions. Someone will be shining a light on another country's influence on Africa. Be hearing about that over the next 10 days. And it'll be a conversation about planned projects for destruction. Planned projects that would be otherwise destructive. Yeah. It's going to be a very emotional conversation, but not emotional enough as it should be seen as. It is there's going to be a move to try to get another country to bend its knees. That's the best way I can describe it. Bend the knees, surrender, respect, fear. One country try to get another to fear. A country, yes, but more so the leader. And they are happy about that because their plan is working. Ooh-wee. The right people are in the right places to do what the work is supposed to be. Let's look into the Africa thing a little bit more. Let's just get a little picture story time. What is the plan for Africa? Okay, that doesn't look good. Okay. So there may be some reckless bad behavior. Again, it feels like I get the energy of remember the deal. Remember the deal. Now you have to walk away. Something about ports. So maybe some news about ports. Port control. This has something to do with health, too. So there's something about the health situation going on over there. And like somebody's holding it over their head. Like you want this assistance, you want these medical products, or you want this food. If you want those things, then something remains. Then you have to finish the deal. Or you have to put things back the way they wanted it. Days. What is heard? Disruption or denial of service feels like. Again, there's this message. Message could be message in a bottle. Message across the waters, oceans, ports. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. There may be a side data. There may be a story that one of y'all hears just on the sidelines, watching the news or something. A story about someone who's in a stuck place sending a message inside of product. I hope they don't give it to the news companies. I hope they don't give it to the wrong media. Jeez. The message would be about what's coming. What's coming, what's happening. Okay. Boy, there's a lot of messed up stuff going on here. Okay, someone takes the L, gets defeated. There is a land that is being taken over. It's not a question of stopping it. It's a question of making the exchange look good. Wow. Okay. So yeah. It's put some people in a bad situation. However, it's doing something that isn't of any, that's not good for the others. And then there's more life endings. We're going to be hearing about that too. Now, what I feel with regards to Africa, it feels like I get the energy of someone holding back stuff that people need. I get the energy of someone holding back. And someone acting, what is? Okay, so regarding Africa, somebody's going to be acting like they fought as best they could for things to not be the way they're about to be. That's not quite the case. They were told of what was coming next. They may have chose to do nothing. Hope for the best. Hope that someone else deals with it before they have to. Instead of dealing with what they knew was coming, someone very high up chose laziness and profit. Someone chose being okay with them being comfortable and to heck with everybody else. Everything's in reverse. Very hateful energy. It is using humans, the home, the family, human shields, using others to be sacrificed, really, for their own comforts and wellness. Wow. And whoever knew, like, okay, so someone up top knows what's happening, and they're just acting like they're fighting against it, but the deal was already in place. What will be the visual? What will be seen? To verify, what will be seen? The refusal to fight, the refusal to stand up, the acceptance of the gift, the acceptance of comforts like, hey, don't worry about it. When we finish wiping out your entire country, we'll leave you guys left. You guys will be alive, don't worry. Everybody else, not so much. Hopefully it's not that devastating, but if you have eyes to see at this point, by now you see that such ideologies could be possible. There are people who think differently than you and me. Okay, so yeah. So there's what looks like an attempt to stall things out, argue, fight, read speeches over it and all that jazz. But that is an act. Okay? It is a suggestion of recovery, things getting good. Really and truly, it's just moving the fence, moving the goalpost in a zigzag fashion. So in comes this messenger, right? Right, it's like backdoor deals. And I do believe this is going to be visible in the fact that people will be if you are looking, for those who are looking, there are people being put in high places that maybe don't look like the normal people who live where you live, and just different faces, okay? That's what you'll be seeing over the next 10 days. And specifically Africa, there's going to be new faces that have, like, who, what? Why are they now doing this? Or why are they controlling that? It's almost like someone, there may also be another way of verifying the bullshit. There may be someone praising someone who came from a whole different place, right? Like, thanking someone, giving some type of platform to someone who still has their originating country's accent, and y'all know it's some, like, where did that person even come from? And now they're doing what? There is honesty in the dishonesty for those who see it. And it does feel like I still get the energy of backdoor deals. This, for Africa, can be two older energies. I get the sense of two older men, one much older but much more in control. And then the one who sends in the sneaky one who can get things done. But they have no heart. And there's more coming. And it feels like that backroom deal is once they open the door, it will be collection of resources, theft of land, something about the coast. Something happens on the coast, like a power shift, or there's discussion of this. And it's like, okay, we'll take this thing over, but instead of hiring people who are here, instead of building with those who are already here, nothing. They're going to bring in their own workers. They expand with their own. Advice. And the wheel turns towards weakness. Advice. There has to be protection. There has to be fighting for what you... Wow. There has to be fighting for it. I don't even know what else to say on this. There has to be fighting for it, or an even better plan of stalling things out, slowing things down, sending forth a message. And it has to be one that involves putting people in a place where they kind of have to speak up. It requires a lot. That's the best I can say about it. Let's do a quick... alert for the feminine. 10 days, just on a world level. Anything you need to be aware of? Okay. So there's that message, War of Needs. Goddess. Be aware of someone you're going to be dealing with that unintentionally had to do something bad. They didn't mean to do it, but it did happen. Or they didn't expect it to happen the way they did. Nonetheless, the world around you includes a bit of bad conversations. Be aware of that. Be aware of the bitter ones. Yep. Be aware of the bitter ones. Somebody is going to try to get back into your good graces. For some of you, this could involve work or finance. I sideways get the energy of like someone getting fired from their job, but now the job's like, hey, you know, we're hiring if you want to come back. Or you may see something like that of someone who was against a certain thing now having to take that back in a special kind of way by holding the door open for you without, they didn't care before, or they were so willing to not fight for rights before. Now that the wisdom is different, they'd like to know if you'd like to go for another round. So, goddesses, you may see old employers, ex-employers, either trying to get your attention or trying to see if you want to come back, or if you know anyone, you may hear about this. Someplace that you got some feeling, a business you got feelings towards, they're not doing a very creative job at trying to get people back in. Goddesses, some of you have found yourself and you're not lost anymore. You're in a state of great wellness that is beautiful. You ain't even asleep. Welcome to the Ascension. You may unfasten your seatbelt and walk freely through the cabin. Ooh, goddesses, you are subtracting that which does not serve your higher purpose. That's great. Goddesses, somebody may be treating other people like option. Ooh, be aware of that polarity shift. That is all I'll say. Be aware of becoming the opposite of yourself. Be careful of that. Some of you are going to be experiencing something you didn't see coming anytime soon. Freedom. It's temporary. Okay, so enjoy it. That's all I'll say. While there will be freedom and comforts restored to some degree, that is the calm before the storm. Okay? Because the plan is still hysteria. And it's injected hysteria. Goddess says you have an opportunity to hop timelines. Okay? And that is a part of the whole Ascension thing. And that's higher thinking, higher, not really tolerating the BS. Okay? Others are going to think something's wrong with you. They're going to think you're being different. And you are. And you are. And you are. And so there's goodbye to the old, hello with the new. Be aware of somebody who is bothered by your newness and thinks that something should happen to you, so that be aware of somebody just trying to be vengeful. Narrow-minded, short-minded, short-sighted, blinded, and asleep. They are revealing their real self to everyone at this time. So never mind about moving around the cabin. Sit your ass down. Don't be applauding. This must be a front row seat for somebody, goddesses. Yeah. Okay. So somebody had plotted somebody's damage, ruin, but they didn't have what it took to do that anyway. So it feels like the energy of somebody like I'm sorry, Inspector Gadget cartoon pops in my head. So somebody is like Inspector Gadget, but never really quite getting the job done. They look like they have the skills to do it, but they don't really quite get the job done. It's not. Beware, goddesses, of somebody who wants to get back at you or is envious of you over the next 10 days. They fall on their face anyway in life. They don't fall on their face that day, but in life. So I'm going to need you to sit down in the theater. Enjoy your popcorn. Hopefully you got some delicious extra butter. The one who seeks to create issue is their entire path. If you could imagine everything about your life being a road with stoplights. You ever go down a long highway and it's got stoplights at every 30 feet? Like, what the hell? Like, who thought of this? That's what they'll be experiencing in life. And they may have a fast car to go really fast up and down that boulevard. However, there's a street light on every single edge of a thought of a corner. Anything that looks like a corner, there's a street light. So they get, it's like zzz, zzz, like their entire life is starting to stop. Fortunately, over 10 days, goddesses, as you recognize, it's the end. You realize it's the end of the movie. It's like rolling credits. It's like watching someone's entire existence the way you would give attention to the rolling credits. And though those are the people who made the movie, though those are the people who truly deserve the awards and the applause, truly the production, they deserve more than any actor as far as I'm concerned. And though they deserve all that love and accolades, what do y'all do at the movies? As soon as you see the rolling credits, you get up and walk out. You just bounce, right? And that's what that person will be going through in life. They will be literally treated like the rolling credits. People will say, get a grip. It is time for you to stop. Others shut down on them. It's just their path. So please sit down in the theater, or you can always do stuff like I be doing. You know them rolling credits is about to go. If you get your ass up right now, you can get to your car and get out there on the road before the traffic, right? I mean, people do that at the club. You know the club's about to be over. You don't want to be the last one pulling out of the parking lot. It's always the parking lot from hell. And while it's always a situation, it is one that can be avoided, especially once you realize. And you'll realize before everyone else. Yeah, you see the BS. So, golf clap. Goddesses. Anything else you need to be aware of? Watch your gossiping ass friends. Goddesses of the next 10 days, one of you has a gossiping ass friend. If she's coming to you telling you shit you did not ask to hear, like, it's almost like those of you who have moved to that higher form of thinking will no longer, you're above the BS dialogue. You feel a different way towards those who are choosing to not have higher thoughts. You are looking at people differently. Look at all that's going on in the world. How can you still talk trash about our friend so-and-so who's homeless or who lives a certain way because of their circumstances? You're going to hear that in someone. You're going to hear the uselessness. And it'll be someone who's bringing you gossip that you may have partially entertained before. You might have laughed and go along to get along type stuff, but it hits different over the next 10 days. And you're a little bit thrown off by that. Like, dang, I don't like that shit. Like, haven't you matured? And you become, you can verify your ascension in that moment. And you get an opportunity, without even realizing it, to awaken someone else's logic and how they should be focused on what they have, focused on their life, not trashing others. Goddess, you have an opportunity to spread wisdom. I ain't saying nothing else about that. I said you have an opportunity, whether you choose to do it, free will. Let's get some angel advice and move on to masculine. Angel advice for the feminine. Ooh. Well, if that is the gossip one coming back around all up in your space, all up in your face, just be aware, because as long as you don't engage, you'll get to see energy returned. You have an opportunity to release those dark energies, or correct them, or help them with logic. This feels like asking the gossip one the right questions that put them in a place where they can't answer it without further identifying their sleepy state of mind. Some of you may need to remove imagery from a past situation where you had not even understood ascension. You may need to move imagery or people. Some of you may have to block personal access. Clarify that. Be aware of helping family who is not ascended unless they truly need it. Ascension doesn't include helping everybody who's still asleep, especially the ones who have chosen sleep. You don't normally walk up and talk to people who are sleeping, do you? That's weird. So, Goddess says you are beautiful, intelligent, successful, energetic, and gifted. Be careful of how you're helping family at this time, especially the ones who have hurt you or caused harm in the past. Don't do that if you can't. If you may endure any level of suffering, financial damage, or emotional. Not right now. Just not right now. Make sure you're loving on yourself. Just make sure you are loving on yourself in this time of great change. Some of you are solo dolo. And so maybe over the next 10 days, find new and exciting ways to love yourself more. Whatever that means. Love yourself more. For some of you, that is this current next test, is how much do you love you? Do you love yourself enough to stop focusing on damage? Because everything is okay if you want it to be. Look at that. Until then, make sure your thoughts and desires are higher level. Don't spend even a moment thinking or discussing things you don't want. From here forward, speak about what you do want, what you desire, what you have. Speaking about what you miss, what you wish you had, what they missed out on, all of that is talk that still casts a spell on keeping you trapped in the past. So speak forward. Speak it forward. Speak in the present. And be careful of acknowledging absence or lack way too much. Be aware of speaking on it. Be aware of talking in phrases that support lack. It's choosing hell. You're being gifted sight at this time. Unless you chose hell, then that's not what you are getting. You're getting blindness. You're getting forced endings. And some of you will walk into that for helping the wrong people. So if you have someone coming into your space who, what I heard was took advantage of you, anyone who's taken advantage of you in the past, you have an opportunity to ask the right questions. Don't get involved. Protect your space. The awakening isn't for everyone. Everyone can't go. Period. All right, let's see what's here for you, masculine. Okay, I heard they play, they fight. The itchy and scratchy show. What's going on with you, masculine? Okay. Where's your head ahead over the next 10 days? Ooh, you might be focused on your money. Got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Mostly in part because you're dealing with some crazy folks. Some of y'all are dealing with a crazy ex or a crazy partner. Could be baby mama or someone with limitations and a temper. Someone who has no patience. Okay. Outside of that, someone may be wanting you to get together with them, or get together with a group, or come over for some type of celebratory event. You may need to fact check some of that data, masculines. Somebody is putting you in a situation that's going to test your ego. I have Libra, Aries, and Aquarius here. Somebody's hoping that you'll be a little bit gullible. Oh, second message could be the same with one, though. Be very careful of dealing with someone who is normally a cunt, but all of a sudden they nice. All of a sudden they being nice. I hear Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. So cash your checks and come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wow. Take that for whatever whatever that meant for you, masculine. Be aware of dealing with somebody who is normally just like disconnected, detached, don't give a fuck about you, unpredictable, unemotional, the brick thrower. If they're suddenly nice, that's a test. They got some type of, they either are sneaky or someone has given them a new level of intelligence on how to deal with you. They may be experiencing some type of difficulties in life and may be having a neediness malfunction. So they need you. It is a power play, masculine. Because the truth of the matter is, it's all or nothing with whoever this person is. This is a situation that's difficult to move on from. It remains undone. Advice. Now look, this feels like dealing with a hostile. Someone that you're connected to, but they are hostile. And you're connected for a long time. Long time. Long time. So, what do they want? Let's double clarify that. Ooh. Look, the card is standing. You see that? Okay. So they're not going to tell. You may not see this coming right off the bat, okay? Sorry for the air conditioner. You may not notice this one right off the bat, but it is a little bit of revenge. They're mad. Some of you have somebody coming back from the past because what they went towards didn't work out. Someone, okay, so it's like they are entitled-minded people, right? The one who's coming in your direction. They are already entitled-minded. And the reason they're coming back is because they experienced themselves. Now they're asking, why did they let a good thing slip away? But okay, but everybody, let's skip over the abusive and the user mentality. We'll just skip over that part. You ain't supposed to remember that, masculine. So, whoever the one is returning, getting someone back from the past, and they went from being thunder kids hunt to being all cool, and they're very creative, right? It is a scam. They want you to help. Ew. What do they want? They want to end it with others. They want to end the games they're playing with others, casting some type of illusions on you, hoping that you're asleep. And they're making you a selfish option, masculine. Be aware of someone trying to come back for sneaky stability. That's what we'll call it. This time they want sneaky stability. They see what you have. You're looking good. You look stable. You look like you can eat. So certainly if you can feed yourself, you can totally feed whatever's coming back. I mean, come on. I mean, loving you, that's what comes up next. Why on earth would you be doing that? Aren't you just waiting for confusion to return? Are you mental? Be aware of the one that's coming back. It's a great stunt, though. They're hoping you don't have any gravity or can't tell what's going on. It is somebody coming back for some scam shit. And because my card of seeds is here, be very careful, because it is somebody who's looking for a restart, but it's not going to be the restart you want. Look, because if you choose to walk backwards, masculine, be aware of walking backwards into harmful matters this time. It is somebody who has not forgotten. Whatever y'all used to debate or argue about, that ain't done. So unless you want to really discuss it, understand that you just may be inviting back lesson 2.0, or would it be 3 or 4.0? Right. This is not like a old, been together too long type of limp. This is it's limp because somebody's crazy. It's limp because I don't, no, not doing that again. So be aware of passing on someone that will hate your guts, or they already do. But there's something comfortable about you, masculine. You will, okay. So here's what I'm saying in short. You have an opportunity to skip a relationship battle. You have an opportunity to not invite the past back in, especially if it didn't end well. And I'm talking about current situation over the next 10 days. Someone who has the ability to make Mr. Happy not so happy. They are returning. If you've passed on them in the past, maybe they don't realize why that happened. But they do want to know if you guys can try again. And so they may come in wanting to not discuss what happened in the past. They want you to forget that and focus on core values and the root of the tree of your supposed happiness that can only come through them. Don't be ridiculous. And yet, masculine, you have your divine vision. It is working. You're looking good. You ain't even in that energy no more. It is going to cause a lesson sequence for the other one. It will confirm lesson learned. It will confirm ascension, because you saw the bullshit coming. You saw it with your two eyes, your third eye, before Mr. Happy's one eye, right? And that is head over hump. Really. Like legit. That is head over hump. It's like I could have did it. It could have got yourself stuck in it a lot. Just a lot. So let's see what happens if you choose the naughty timeline. Just so you know, let's see what happens if you were to choose that naughty timeline. What would be your mind in 3 months, masculine? This is for collectively speaking. If you chose that naughty timeline and let the one from the past return, what would your thoughts and mind be like in 3 months? Oh. False person. Self-control. Sag, Scorpio. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It feels like my initial thought that made me laugh. I heard the end of free loving. The end of freedom. Lies, controlling energy, a false person, a thief. That's what you'll be thinking. You'll be realizing your higher self, or missing it, one of the two. You'll be dealing with someone who looks good but acts bad. There will be a lot of on-off or ill communications. You'll be tired. I hear that song. Air Supply. What's that song? I'm all out of love. I'm so lost around you is what I heard. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost around you. So you're going to get to where you was going anyway, which is off on your own path, right? You're going to go that way anyway. The scenic route naturally takes longer, right? The false person route takes longer. The hot and cold roller coaster takes longer. Another cycle that you already know you don't like takes long. Listen, I'm done. Listen, I'm done. Masculine, you have an opportunity to skip a very time-consuming lesson that you get to skip it because you already had the lesson. So over the next 10 days, be aware of an old lesson returning, like the whole workbook comes back and opens itself up, and it even has a pin stuck inside, and you can just take that old lesson, go through that old experience one more time. You can, totally, 100%. If not, you have options. Continue Ascension. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future. Anyways, as I always say, and I hope it is true with each and every one of you, you are well. See you next time. Bye.